Hey there, my Aquarius peeps. I hope that you could see these pictures. They're inspired by the Wizard of Oz. There is an apple, there is a poppy flower, and there is a ruby red slipper. If you have a person in mind or a situation that you want more insight on from Spirit, choose the first image that appeals to you, and I'll be right back with some messages. Oh my. Whoa. This is, oh, can you even see this Aquarius sign? Aquarius? Whew. If you picked the apple, you are in for a treat. I actually don't even know what to say about this because the cards are so straightforward that I'm just going to see what I get in terms of like free associations, downloads from Spirit, because you got your card. This is like my dude. Well, I feel like this is one of my main spirit guides, Archangel Metatron. This I have a lot of insight about. And this is just about your intuition being super, super heightened. Like this is like your download. There's something going on with you. I don't want to use any cliche words, but you've had some sort of proof recently that your intuition is like a real thing, you know, like you felt something, you had a hunch about something that wasn't apparent to anyone but you, and then it happens, right? So you know that this is a tool in your toolbox, and you're like, okay, what else can I do? And your first card is the High Priestess, which is all about, like, I think about the High Priestess as being grounded in the earth, but also floating in the stars. That's pretty magical. But it's also like the counterpart to the Magician, and it's like I always mess up terms, guys, but it's like as is above, so is below. Manifestation, and I think what you're putting together is that if you decide that you want to take a certain direction, whatever it may be, if you keep that vision in your mind and know that it can happen, and then you do the work, which is really what Archangel Metatron is about. It's like, he's like we used to call it back in the day, DTs, undercovers, plain clothes. Like, he's like the plain clothes cop. Maybe cop isn't a great word. Okay, so I know people have associations. He is the enforcer, the hall monitor for Spirit. So like he's kind of like a human, but he's also, you know, not anymore. He's an angel. Guys, I'm sorry, this isn't making sense. But I'm inspired, okay? And so you understand that now. That if you're doing the deeds, if you're actually doing the actions that are aligned with your truth and your goals, that you can make things happen, like literally, like magic, like make them appear. And then your next cup, like what it's doing for you is Ace of Spirits, Ace of Swords. It's allowing you to use your opinion, which you were not in lack of that before. And I'm not saying that like in a facetious way, but you just, you know, you're opinionated, okay? You have definite ideas about things, and yeah, like you're unwavering with certain things. And I'm not going to say that you don't like desire to see other people's point of view, but you definitely, like, you are who you are, and yeah, so we'll leave it there. So whatever it is, this for me, what this means is that whatever it is that is your truth, and be careful with that, because when I say your truth, I mean your ultimate truth, your highest truth, not necessarily where you're at this point, because right now your life is a manifestation of everything that happened when you were not conscious of this intuitive gift, and then also the other piece, which is not just the intuition, but then the action behind it. So basically, your life now is a manifestation of when you weren't like this. So this is going forward. So just be mindful of your thoughts. Oh, what a ridiculous thing to say. Try to think about all good things, all good things. Dream about things that are, dream about things that make you feel love. and then do the deeds behind that. So if you dream about love, but it's not in your life right now, like romantic love, then don't take that so literally. So do the deeds of love. So think about something that you love. So maybe you love puppies and kittens. Try to go maybe volunteer at like the shelter, or maybe help someone, I don't know, on social media find their pet. Whatever it is, if you start doing the deeds behind the motivation, your next card is the sun. And my meaning of the sun is my meaning of the sun, but if you want to believe in any other stuff, then go with my meaning. What this is for me is just like happiness. Think about what it feels like when you're in a warm sun that's not too hot, not too this, not too that, just right. And it feels like the whole world or the universe or Mother Nature is hugging you. That's what your life's going to feel like if you do this. This is a very powerful message card to get. 6th chakra. But this is your third eye. Wow, guys. I am... if you are enjoying this, by the way, please subscribe and like this. And then if something happens that I talked about here, please come back and tell me, because I love to hear that stuff. It makes me feel validated. Yeah, I need that too. So I'm really excited for you, Aquarius. This is very exciting. I hope I get to hear about what it is. Okay, bye. Boy, oh boy, this is one of those days where I wish I was an Aquarius. I do love Aquarius as a people, and there's a song. Is it called Aquarius? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? From Hair. I don't know if you guys are into that play. Anyway, I do love Aquarius. I just feel like they are impossible to pin down. Like, you just never know what they're going to be up to. But this is a pretty clear message for me. But I want to give a couple of variations because it's impossible for it to be everyone's message. So I'm going to try to generalize a little bit. The message card is broken heart. Number 9 could be significant. 9 times September could be another thing. But 9, broken heart. Okay, I have a feeling about that. And it's about failure or your perceived failure of something. Here's some examples. A relationship that went south. South might be significant. Trying to have a baby with your partner or with a surrogate or in some other capacity through adoption, whatever it is, and it not working out the way you planned. Starting a business that you love and putting everything into it, and then something unforeseen happens and drastically injures your progress or your brand, whatever. All right, so there's a bunch of examples. That is where you were, and I don't know how long ago, because this could just be today or yesterday or 3 years ago. Hold on, be right back, sorry. I just want to focus. Here I am. But your next card, do not fret, is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. I know that this is the karma card. The wheel is turning. This is a fate card, like you have no control. I don't really see it that way. I never see life that way. I feel like this is something that happens that you might not have been in control of that, but you can definitely be in a good place when it gets there and in an even better place when the wheel turns. And that's what you're doing. Because after this wheel is done turning, and I just want to give you a couple of free associations that came to me when I was just trying to analyze these cards. Now let me remember what they are. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but I'm thinking of the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, LaGuardia School. It's like a performing arts school. I'm thinking of that. I'm also thinking of a program at NYU for acting. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys are starting a new semester somewhere, or maybe you didn't get into your first choice school, or you didn't get into a program that you wanted to get into. But this Wheel of Fortune is turning, right? Because you've done the work. And then your next cup and your next cup. I do say that a lot, but who cares? But yeah, this is going to affect you emotionally. So maybe there's something to that. Your next card is the Four of Wands. And this is like what I hear a lot is whatever you're dreamed for is here. A celebration, and sometimes people associate it with a marriage, like a long-term commitment, new home, stuff like that. For you, this really feels like getting the thing, right? Getting into the program, getting the grants, getting the funding for the project. But it can also be a soulmate, falling in love, absolutely. It could also be, the wheel turns, right? And maybe something unexpected happens, and then all of a sudden you have a new home or the means to buy a new home. Now, your next card is what frames everything for me. So this card is something to pay attention to. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but this card is something to pay attention to because it's in color, and the other two cards side by side are not in color. So this is definitely, it's going to be like, think of the sun. This is happiness. This is not where you were. So this is a change in something that failed or that you only wished for but didn't get. And then it's stable. It's going to stay with you. It's going to last. It's going to work out because there's a pattern developing here. There's the no color, color, no color, right? So that's the meaning of that to me. Your next card is the Queen of Cups or Queen of Cans. This is something that is going to be your passion, your life, your force, your success. You are going to feel fulfilled, and fulfillment doesn't always have to have anything to do with money. But this is even better than that. This is like, no matter what you have this thing that you have achieved that was absolutely essential to you. Some people use the term bucket list or dream come true or my passion or what I've worked so hard for. This is something that you're bringing into fruition. So if you are going through something right now that is breaking your heart, it's hurting your heart, and I mean like when your heart physically hurts from pain, from emotional pain, or maybe even health, I don't know. Please have hope and remember your dreams, because this wheel is going to be your opportunity, and take it, seize it, carpe diem, I'm happy for you. And if you did listen, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Aquarius, you're on fire. And I mean that in a good way, in a great way. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, that's a lyric from the song I was talking about before. And that is like over and over again. I'm hearing that repetitively, so I'm not sure what the meaning of that is for someone. This is clear to me what's happening here. You're contemplating something. The card is the message card is rest and rejuvenate. This particular message is going to be edited awfully, I'm sure, because that's not a strength of mine. But I think it's important that I keep it all in because it seems significant to me. I never think that when crazy things happen that it's an accident. I always look for the meaning. And when I was just trying to give this reading, my phone filled up with, the storage was full all of a sudden. It just stopped the recording and said, hey, you gotta unload some storage. I feel like that's a message for you guys. And that's in keeping with what I was saying anyway, which makes me feel, validated. But so rest and rejuvenation. So what I was going to say is that, that's a cliche term. For you, this is about, I want you to look at this card. There's lavender and blue and all of these energies swirling around, kind of like an aura. But there are messages coming in from spirit. I know you can't really see it. And this person is alchemizing. They're taking something in and they're changing it into something else, which is very Aquarius of you. And so your next card is the Knight of Wands in reverse. So there is something that you were involved in, or a way of thinking, or something that you're working on, and this could apply to anything, where you did like an about, you were like, nope, not doing that anymore. And maybe you did get a download, maybe you got a hunch, a premonition, whatever you want to call it, a tip, but you were like, we're not going to go in that direction. And this is you really tapping into your faith in something more than yourself, because I'm getting the feeling that it's not like something that was an overwhelming opinion around you or in your environment or in the world that told you to do this. It was like spirit told you to do this. Stop doing something that you're doing. This is also like you turning against your ego and saying, yeah, no, I mean, I want to do this differently. I want to do this differently. It's not working. Did I say Knight of Wands? This is really interesting. This is, guys, you know what? I'm keeping this all in because I feel like I'm going somewhere with this. This is not the Knight of Wands in reverse, though. It's the Knight of Spears. So this is actually the Knight of Swords in reverse. And I want to share something with you that might apply to your personal situation. I get very confused with words. I have some sort of a processing issue. So I'll see a word, like this deck, because it's a great Wizard of Oz deck, it uses different terms than the traditional tarot. So it says Knight of Spears, but that's supposed to mean Knight of Swords. And then when it's a broom, that's supposed to mean wands. Very simple, I get it, I understand that. But for some reason, when my eyes are processing it, it comes out another way. Like I'm looking at a cup card and it says in card, I'll say cup. So I don't know what that is. Maybe put it in the comments if you know. But I was hesitant to use this deck because I thought, well, I'm going to look foolish. But I felt so strongly driven to use this deck because it inspires me. So I used it anyway. And I've actually gotten like more views than usual. And I feel like there are even more messages coming through from spirit. And there's something about that. It's about like the vulnerability that I took or put out there is allowing me to have even more access to spirit. And I feel like that's what you're doing. This download and this, I said it was like an about face. And even though I did say wands, it's kind of the same thing. It was like you had a direction that you were going in, or a belief or a plan, and then you were like, nope, changing the plan, right? And then you come into this King of Brooms. See, here we go. King of Wands. I promise you it's wands. If you don't believe me, you could look at the fire. But this is the King of Wands. Not only have you done, this is very brave, not only have you done an about face or taken a quote unquote loss, right? Because you're changing your plan. So there was something invested in it, but you're doing it with a lot of confidence because of this knowing that you have. And it's leading to the guts, the, you know what, the chutzpah, whatever you want to call it, to go after something that is going to be successful. This is the Page of Wands. So, I suppose that it could have something to do with something that you dreamed about as a child, or it could have something to do with your children, or a school. But I'll tell you what I see. I see that you're going to have an opportunity to create something. And it's going to start out small, but then it's going to grow and grow and grow. Because you had the courage to look within. You didn't know what you were going to find in there. This is some shadow work you were doing. And you got, just like with the cards, like I was saying, I know they mess me up, but they also inspire me, right? Double-edged sword. That's another pun, I guess. But you had the guts to, I don't want to analyze that, but I'm getting free associations. But you had the guts to look within, and you got some information, and some of it might have scared you, and some of it might have been not easy. But you also got other stuff. Downloads, information, codes, whatever. And it made you change something. even though it wasn't from a study or a report or a professional's advice. So this is very exciting for you. And please subscribe to my channel and like it if you are resonating with this, because this is a special reading. And, I do know a couple of Aquarius people that I'm friendly with. I'm going to ask them too to like come back and report to me. But yes, if this resonates with you, let me know. And I'm so excited for you. And thank you for supporting my channel, and have a great day. Bye.